G'day everyone, and thanks for stopping by today. I've got some photos here that I've printed off my new Canon Selphy. This is my little granddaughter Maya Ray and her mum Darian. So I thought I would actually do a scrapbook page using this DCWV Spooky Halloween. I purchased this probably last year. I've also got some dies that I'm going to use here, but today what I wanted to do was use some of this paper. So I'm just going to go through with my photos and just put them on the pages just to see which background page I'm going to use. So I do like this one, so I'm just going to pull that out. And I'm also going to pull out some other bits of paper here that I think might go really well together. Now I do have something in mind what I'm going to do, so I may or may not use each of these papers, but I'm going to measure out so there's a border around each one. So I'm going to mount these photos on these patterned papers. So I'm just going to die cut all of my elements out, and I've got some pumpkins here, and these are from AliExpress. So all the supplies that I will be using today will be listed over on my website, and that website link will be in the description box below. I've also got a spooky spider here. And I'm going to emboss these spiders using some Zig embossing powder in black. This will give them a great shine on the page. Now with all my pumpkins here, I am going to give them a bit of dimension, and how I'm going to do this is I'm going to use some Distress Oxide in Hickory Smoke and just go around the edges with my finger dobber here and just apply the ink. So I'll do that to all of my pumpkins. Now I do have some medical gauze here, and I'm going to colour it in some Distress Oxide ink. So I'm going to be using Carved Pumpkin and Wilted Violet. So these are the two colours that I associate with Halloween. So I've just popped the ink down and added some water and just tried to soak that ink in. I am going to dry it off so it is nice and dry, it's not wet, and this will be part of the element on my page also. So I'll continue on die cutting, and I've got some bats here that I've just cut out of black cardstock, and I've also got some spider webs here that I'm going to cut out also. So I'm going to cut a few spider webs out because I want to put them sort of behind my photo peeking through. I've also got a witch on a broomstick here, which I'm going to cut out also. Now I decided at this stage that I'm going to emboss my witch with some Whispers embossing powder, and this is in Black Sparkle because I do want the witch to sparkle on the page. While I've got my heat gun out, I thought I would emboss my bats with the Zing embossing powder in black, just so they have a little bit of shine on my page also. So I've also got these Tim Holtz Halloween dies, and there was a ghost in it and I really loved it. So I've just cut it out of white cardstock and I'm just going to emboss this with the Wow Super Fine Bright White embossing powder. So now the fun begins. I am going to just go through and just have a look where I want my photos placed on the page, cut up some of the paper here and just go through. So I'll just let you watch my process with this. I'm going to use a combination of foam tape and double-sided adhesive tape here. So my thought is that I want one side of the paper a little bit higher for some dimension, but the other side a little bit lower, because I am going to use my gauze to tuck underneath the photos as such. So this is why I'm doing like a half and half. So now my photo is all down, I'm just going to cut up some of this gauze that I previously coloured, and I'm just going to use some Elmer's glue just to glue this gauze underneath. So just like so. I'm going to do the other side here. Now because this is a little bit lower, I'll put the Elmer's glue down, but I'm just going to use my quick release pick tool here just to push it underneath the photo. So as you can see, I'm starting to build on this page. So I'm tucking in one of the spider webs behind, and I'm also going to tuck in some of that gauze also. So I am just gluing my elements down just with this precision tip bottle, which has got Elmer's school glue in it. So you could probably also run this through your Xyron sticker machine. I do have one, but I just find it easier just applying the glue, just getting a cloth, a dry cloth, and just removing any glue that does seep through. I've got this word die that I've cut out of orange cardstock here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this word 3 times. So I've cut it out once and I released it from the die, but the second one I've kept actually in the metal die, and I'm just going over the back part with the glue. Then I'll just place that over it to layer it up, and I find this easy to make sure that my layers are straight. I've also got some numbers here which will represent the year. Then I'm ready to glue all of this onto my page. Now I do want the year to be sort of straight, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line it up. I've got some masking tape which I'm going to adhere, and then it's easy to put the glue on the back. I'm going to stick that down and then just hold it there for just a couple of seconds, and then I can release the masking tape and my year is pretty well straight. Good trick. Now I find using the Zig two-way glue pen here is really good to glue the letters down. Now with my bats, I am going to put some foam adhesive on the wings, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on their body. This way the adhesive foam tape will actually make the wings stand up as well, giving it that dimension. Also going to give some dimension to my witch on my broom here. Doing the same with the spider here and giving it some more dimension. Now I am going to start placing the pumpkins on the bottom of the page here, and some of the pumpkins will be glued straight onto the page and there will be others that will have some foam adhesive tape behind them just to give that added dimension to the page. So there's going to be a lot of dimension on this page also, and I think these pumpkins down the bottom will finish off really nicely. Now I'm also going to add some dimension to my ghosts here because I'm going to tuck some gauze in behind them all. So I do have a very fine black pen here and I'm just going to draw in the spider web to the spider. So I am going to tuck some gauze in behind the ghosts here and just using my precision tool just to tuck that in so the glue will adhere to the gauze. Just going to do that to the third one also and just bring it over to the other photo there, and this will tie it in all together. So that's my page finished for today and I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. I hope that you have enjoyed this page today. If you have, please give me your thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell. And until my next video, stay creative and happy crafting. See ya!